There are just a few things we need to remember in life. When someone misbehaves, criticizes us, or speaks with harsh words, what should we do? We can listen, we can take guidance if it helps us grow. But we should not keep repeating their weakness in our own mind because the more we talk about their weakness, the more we record it within ourselves. It becomes part of our inner software, our mental script, and slowly it begins to influence our own thoughts, our own behavior. We unintentionally absorb what we once resisted. But God gives us a very simple teaching, one that is easy to follow yet extremely powerful. If someone insults you, if someone mistreats you, if someone speaks abusively, God says, at that very moment, create just one thought. They are a very good soul. That's it. No reaction, no inner drama, no emotional storm. Just one powerful thought. They are a very good soul. It may sound strange. It may even feel like lie at first. But let's look at an example. A mother has a sick child, unable to walk, barely able to eat. But every day she tells him, "You are a strong wrestler." People laugh. They say she is in denial. But she is not lying. She is programming his destiny. She is chanting a powerful affirmation into his soul. Similarly, even when someone's behavior appears negative, our thought should be they are good. And it feels like a lie. Say it silently. Say it in your heart, not aloud. And say it again and again and again. Why? Because when you repeat this affirmation in your mind, something magical happens. You become good first. Your vibration rises. Your energy becomes powerful. You stop absorbing negativity and start radiating purity. Their weakness doesn't enter you. Your strength begins to influence them. Your thought becomes your vibration. Your vibration becomes your energy field. Your energy field becomes your influence. Now your peaceful, powerful thoughts become blessings for them. This is not theory, this is energy science. What you think, you send. What you send, you receive back multiplied. So if someone is throwing stones of anger, you send back flowers of blessings. Who wins? You. You become the giver. You rise above the situation. You create a new possibility. And over time, your thoughts influence their thoughts. Your vibration heals their pain. God says, you keep saying they are very good. That's your job. Their behavior is their karma. Your thought is your karma. So chant your blessing mantra silently. Even if the outside situation looks fiery, they scream. But you think you are so peaceful. You speak so sweetly. You understand me so well. You don't have to say it aloud. Just feel it. Feel it like a song. Because their anger is their song. Don't start singing their song. Sing your own song and sing it louder and silently in your mind. See who wins faster. In any argument, both sides lose. Energy is depleted, love is wounded, and respect is lost. But when one gives blessings, both rise. This is the power of family. Family means I will not throw fire when you are already burning. I will pour water of compassion. Because these are the same people we should sell everything for if they fell sick. So let's not burn down our own house with our own ego. Let's become the fire extinguishers, not the fire starters. What if someone says, I can't live without you for 1 minute? You think, I can live with you for my whole life. If they say, leave the house, you think, this is my home, I'll stay with love. Your thought is your power, it's your blessing, it's your karmic shield. And when you throw even one spark of ego into an already burning room, you fuel the fire. But when you sprinkle even one drop of understanding, the fire begins to die down. Because every soul is originally peaceful. But when a soul acts under the influence of anger, it forgets its true nature. Your job is to remind them through your energy. Think of it this way. If both people live in a house, are angry at the same time, that house becomes hell. But if one is angry and the other stays stable, the house becomes a healing space. So make a rule in your home. Only one person can lose it at a time. One soul can fall down, but the other must remain standing. Because when two people collapse emotionally, the whole family falls into darkness. And yet, when one person remains light, the entire home can be lit up again. We build big homes with money, but it takes wisdom to make a home heaven. Who can make the house heaven? You can. Even if the other person refuses to change, you can change the energy. And once the energy changes, the person will begin to change too, without even knowing how or why. Because your vibration becomes medicine, your silence becomes prayer, your thought becomes a healing. Now let's understand something deeper. Each soul in your home is not just bringing sanskars from this life, they are also carrying past karmic accounts. So sometimes someone may misbehave for no apparent reason. One moment they are happy, the next moment they lash out. That's because of karmic debts are coming to the surface. Suddenly health breaks down, suddenly finances collapse, suddenly relationships shake. We think it came out of nowhere, but nothing is random. This is a fruit of seeds sown long ago. That's why every home needs one person, just one, who is spiritually powerful. Someone who doesn't break when storms come. Someone who stays grounded. Someone who becomes a healing root when others are falling like leaves. Be that person. You don't have to change others. You just have to stay strong and radiate. Now let's talk about attachment. We often confuse attachment with love. Let's try a simple activity. Hold out both hands. Place your family member in the left hand and place yourself in the right hand. Now, if your family member falls emotionally, gets hurt, depressed, or angry, what happens? Their hand goes down. Now, if you're attached, your hand will also go down. You will fall with them. Now, both are down, emotionally depleted. That's not love, that's attachment. True love says, even if you fall, I will stand tall. I will hold your hand and lift you. That's love. Love gives, attachment suffers. So the next time your loved one is in pain, don't say, I can stay happy when they are sad. Instead, say, I will remain strong so I can help them rise. Because strength is contagious, vibration is magnetic. If you stay light, your energy uplifts the whole room. If you stay calm, your calm spreads like incense in the house. That's the only way a family heals, not by shouting together, not by crying together, but by one soul becoming the light bearer when others are in darkness. And all this begins with just 1 minute, one silent minute of a different thought, 1 minute of mental blessings, 1 minute of saying they are a pure soul, they are peaceful, they are love. And if you keep repeating it in a day, in a week, in a month, something shifts, not outside, inside. And eventually, that inner shift becomes outer transformation.